Alright, I'm going to tie a fly called a Monacacy Mauler. It's just it's like a little bluegill crappie type jig for a fly rod. It's really simple. You can use dubbing or chenille for the body, and then some either kind of like skirt bait legs or round rubber legs. You can tie it in whatever colors you want to. Real simple. They're tied on 8s or 10s. I've got a 10 wet nymph hook in the vise. Thread I'm using is chartreuse 70 denier, and I'm just going to start my thread back a ways behind the eye, 2 bodkin widths or so, and we'll just trim out the tag whenever you're ready. I'm going to work this to the back a little bit to get a thread base down, just to help kind of grab the rubber legs. Rubber legs, putting these on are probably the hardest part, and you don't need many. I'm a little heavy on this one. I've got 6 of them. So you want to determine the length of your tail first and how long you want your tail to be. I like to have it kind of tapered and kind of random. And then once you've figured that out, you can just slide the material up under your thread. Let's put a quick wrap in. Now the front side, you want to try to keep these as flat as possible. And then to tie these in, I'm just going to jump my thread to the back. We don't need to have touching turns or anything like that. You could add a little crystal flash or flashaboo if you wanted to right here for the tail part. I'm just going to tie this into about the barb. Something like that. For the body, I'm just going to use chenille, but again, you can use dubbing here if you need to. I've just stripped off the chenille to get down to my thread. And I'm just going to tie the thread back in of the chenille coming forward. It's a fun little pattern. Great for kids to play with. The materials are cheap, and it'll be fun watching them get flustered with all the movement of the rubber legs. But other than that, other than just kind of keeping this stuff flat and out front, it's a pretty easy fly. Once we have that tied in towards the front, you still want to leave a little bit of room behind the hook eye. We're just going to wrap this to the back. And then once I get to the back, I'm going to bring my chenille in front of my thread. And we can start to palmer this forward. And once we get up to where the skirt bait is, or your rubber legs, you want to kind of collect everything, get it as flat as possible to make your final turn up front, trying to keep everything on top. And then we're just going to reverse the material and work it to the back. To get my hackle pliers here for that last little turn. It'll roll on you, and it's okay. This doesn't have to be locked down super tight. Okay. Let's remove that. And let's trim that out. I'm just going to put in a few more thread wraps here, just to kind of help lock it all into place. Now I just want to fold all of this to the back. You want to try to keep it flat across the top if possible. And we'll just tie this in at the back. You can kind of adjust it a little bit if you need to. We'll put in a nice little bit of thread here, and we can whip finish. That's really all there is to it. Pretty easy little fly. And just to kind of help keep everything seated, I'll take some glue, put it on my bodkin. I'll turn this upside down. Try to keep super glue away from the rubber as much as possible. And I'll put another little dab right up front. And that's it. Fun little fly, super easy to tie. Great for panfish and crappie and stuff like that. And then you can cut your tail to the length that you want. I've seen them as short as about my finger right there. So it's just this little tiny kind of squid tail. Or you can leave them long, you can make them straight, you can cut different lengths into them. Really up to you there, whatever you want to do. There's not a lot of right or wrongs here. It's just kind of a little fly. There we go. And that's it. If you liked the video, I always appreciate a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share. And as always, happy tying, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time.